Welcome back to another Nightly Vibes video. Today was a crazy day in the market. The S&P closed down 2.7%. The Nasdaq closed down 4%. The Russell 2000 almost down 3%. Bitcoin is also down 2%. If we take a look at the chart right here, the S&P 500 index is still holding this red signal from Vibebot. Today, there was a couple of highs back from July and August of last year at 56.48, and the SPX closed about 30 points under that. The RSI is pretty much tapping oversold here. This is the lowest level. It's lower than both April and July of last year. This is the lowest level in the RSI since 2023. If we go over to the 4-hour chart, you can see, let's turn on the other Vibebot features. If any of you want to get Vibebot for yourself, the link for that's in the description. You can even use Apple Pay for that. So you can see over here, there is a gap zone charted with the gap fill around 57.34. On the 4-hour, you did get a pin bar candle. And moving over to the NASDAQ, Vibebot is also holding a red signal from the highs over here. It tagged this LS, which means there's a lower support created today. Doji candle on the 4-hour chart. On the 1-hour chart, new red signal. So a little bit of mixed signals on lower time frames. Looking over here, the next major support is down at 15,700. Of course, there are minor lows from the past. So keep that in mind. Looking at the Russell, it pretty much broke under this 2059 support, but there is another support from these two lows that Vibebot charted at around 1994, which was 6-7 points away from the low of the day today. The Russell is pretty oversold on the RSI. On the 4-hour chart, you do have a gap fill, so a few different gap downs today. And it seems like a few hours into the day, the 1-hour time frames on the NASDAQ, S&P, and Russell flipped to red. And right over here, we can see that the Vibebot charted out this gap zone from the gap of last Thursday on the Hang Seng Index that pretty much filled today. But no recent signals there. Finally, Bitcoin, red signal was just created after a break of the 200-day moving average. You see the support that was created at around 78,000. It's pretty much just testing that for right now. And then finally, the VIX still holding a green signal from the lows. Once again, I mean, you're seeing these daily time frames with Vibebot. If you want this for yourself, it's very easy to get. The link is in the description. And just like the market is tapping or testing the oversold territory in the RSI, the VIX is testing the overbought. Moving into tomorrow, you have FERG, VIK, NEO, KSS in terms of some of the earnings. Let's take a quick look at X. President Donald Trump's envoy to the Middle East, Steve Witkoff, plans to visit Moscow for a meeting with Putin. The combined market cap of the top 10 largest stocks dropped by $709 billion today. U.S. credit card debt reaches a jaw-dropping $1.2 trillion. More on Steve Witkoff claiming that Ukrainian President Zelensky has apologized to Trump. Continuing on. Let's take a look if there's anything else going on X today. Speaking of X today, was apparently hacked as per Elon Musk. It was pretty much working and then not working throughout most of the morning. Reddit was the stock down the most in the market today. It closed down 20% and it's down 52% in the last month. Betting app Polymarket, you can see that the U.S. recession chances are now at 38%, which has been increasing steadily when it was hanging at around 25% on February 28th. Let's see. Greg is enjoying a hot dog on the golf course. If you live near New York or the tri-state area, today was pretty much the best weather in a while. Delta CEO says he doesn't think recession is coming. Delta CEO sees impact on travel demand as transitory. And the Trump administration is reportedly working to avoid a government shutdown this Friday per Bloomberg. All right, so that's pretty much it for X. Let's take a look at some of the news today. Doge chief Elon Musk said Monday that he is running his businesses with great difficulty. Tesla has been selling off quite a bit. I'm sure most of you have seen. Musk also said during an interview on Fox Business that he expected to remain in the Trump administration for another year. The EV company Tesla's lost more than 50% of its market cap. Elon did tweet out he thinks that'll be fine long term. So a lot of different stuff going on here. Musk says, I'm trying to make the government more efficient, eliminate waste and fraud. And so we're making good progress, actually, he said. Our savings at this point exceed $4 billion a day. And that's pretty much it on that side. Continuing on to the market news, a 3-week market sell-off intensified today with investors worried that tariff policy uncertainty could potentially tip the economy into a recession. The S&P is 8% off of its all-time high. The Nasdaq is off nearly 14% from the high, and 10% is usually what most people consider a correction. So you're well above that territory on the Nasdaq. Mag 7 cohort, once the stars of this bull market, those large cap tech stocks, led declines today, with Tesla hitting an SSR restriction down 15%, Alphabet and Meta down 4%, and Nvidia down 5%, and also Palantir down 10%. Worries have been increasing about the economy over the past month, sparked initially by some soft data that appeared to be in reaction to the tariff stuff. I mean, we've been seeing this back and forth. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent on Friday told CNBC that there could be a detox period for the economy as the new administration cuts government spending. All right. And Trump also said, what I have to do is build a strong country. You can't really watch the stock market. So a lot of back and forth there. We do have CPI on Wednesday as well. And ChatGPT has been failing to give us fun news. So I just went for fun facts today, and we're going to give you 10 quick fun facts. Sharks can be older than trees. Or is it? No. Sharks have been around for over 400 million years, while trees appeared 350 million years ago. So on the Earth, we had sharks before trees. Not that sharks would live longer. I don't know. I'm sure they live longer than some trees. A cloud can weigh over 1 million pounds. Honey never spoils. I don't know how true that is, but archaeologists have discovered pots of honey in ancient Egyptian tombs that are over 3,000 years old and apparently perfectly edible. You know what, archaeologists? How about you try it first, and then I'll try it after. Sloths can hold their breath longer than dolphins. I've honestly never thought about that. There are more stars in the universe than grains on sand of the earth. That's a little bit, all right, ChatGPT. We need better stuff. I'm trying to give the people good content, and this is just so generic. But that is pretty cool. Apples can float on water. I did not know that. And the Eiffel Tower can grow taller in the summer. I did not know that the Eiffel Tower was a living thing. It is due to the expansion of metal in the heat. So yeah, today was a pretty ugly day for the market. We will see what tomorrow brings. Thank you for watching the videos. If you want Vibebot, that's the first link in the description. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Have a great night.